God damn. The man looks like
you know
Huey.
what we have to do then?
Can we get Huey on the podcast?
That too, but you know what we should do?
What should we do?
We should totally, we should do a Butcher and Huey like cosplay duo thing. You just grow a beard.
I'll just grow a beard.
Oh, go all British, and I'll do nothing different.
Absolutely diabolical, ain't it?
Yeah, and I won't do anything different.
Exactly. You just be you.
Oh boy.
Oh
Camera
boy.
quality.
Camera quality. It's all right. I'll just put a picture of Jack Quaid there.
Oh, we're recording now. Do you want to explain? We'll start it and you can explain it. Sure. Because we got to fill time. This episode is going to be short as fuck.
Yeah, I'm guessing we're probably got to talk about the other Beverly Hills episodes as well. Beverly Hills movies.
I mean, we can.
I can't remember all of them.
I don't know. I might have to turn my camera off. It's really bad on my end. It's
Okay.
delaying my audio by so much.
Okie dokie.
Oh.
Is it?
Oh, maybe it's okay now.
Maybe it's
No,
okay.
it's not okay.
It's
No,
not
it's way
okay.
behind. Here. It's okay.
Don't be-
Every episode, you could just put a random celebrity that I look like over my picture instead.
Yeah, Jack Quaid. Every single time, but in a different outfit.
Jack Quaid.
Let's just hang on.
Tell me you have
adjust all
the
the
song. Tell me you have the song.
I have
Barry?
the trailer. I don't have the song.
No, do you have Barry? Get the song right now because this is how we need to start the episode. It's the most important thing.
But copyright.
You forgot the song.
Copyright.
Barry,
It's copyrighted.
copyright my ass. Crazy Frog stole the thing, dude. I don't know what you're on about.
Okay, I'll quickly grab it then. Give me a minute.
Yes. You say that like it's gonna lose us money or something.
It's gonna lose me money.
What you're making money from me talking without me? I swear
Wonder if I could search it. Discover
I
sounds.
have no idea.
What is it actually called? Is it like
Axel F? That's literally what it's called.
Y'all safe?
no, I don't want the Crazy Frog.
Do you need just the original? I can't remember who it's by. Why is this taking you so long to find? This is like the most popular song in humanity's existence.
Yeah, no, I had it, but it wouldn't let me add the soundboard.
What?
Adding
to the
sound
Discord one or to your one?
to my one.
Oh, okay.
Because they've updated their program and it's just like a pain now.
Oh, losers.
Yeah.
Losers.
Okay, but then I can't edit it. Why? It says add to your soundboard. I added it. It's been added,
Ah.
but hasn't. It's not there. I can't click on it.
I don't know. At this point, I'll just do it in post.
All right, it's all right. I can play it like through the thing. It's there, but it's not
Alright.
there. I suppose we'll start going.
Close enough.
Yep. Welcome back, everybody, to a special We Talk Film episode. And obviously, as you can tell, we're talking about a very special movie today, a special franchise. I am joined by our co-host Clayton, as always. This time he is
Hello.
Huey from The Boys. Insert image here.
Yeah. My camera was not working. Barry, do you want to explain why I'm Huey Campbell from The Boys?
Because Clayton looks like Huey from The Boys right now with his curly hair and just the way he acts and the way he looks. He was basically going to be in The Boys, but then they realized Jack Quaid actually has a family that is actors, and they were like, oh yeah, we better get him.
You know what? He can have it. I would not want to act in The Boys. If there's one TV show that I really enjoy, but I don't want to act in it, I don't want to stay as far away from being on that set as possible. I feel like that would be an absolute nightmare.
I would love it. I would love every single day being on that set.
Oh God, of course you would, Barry. But I, you know what? I'm gonna stay off on my own. Okay, Barry. But before we get into today's topic, oh God, it's gonna be a fun episode today.
It is.
Why don't we go on over
to the news?
To the news.
Let's do the news. Hey, you still got that button.
Okay. Yeah, you still got that one. At least you found that one. God.
Yeah.
Okay. Our main story this week is we got a brand new trailer, a new look at Megalopolis, Francis Ford Coppola's newest film, the insanity piece of some kind of cinema. It looking more and more wacky the more we see of it. I don't know. I feel like I would have been more excited for this film if I just didn't see anything like ever. Just and then you just go and coming out,
watch it, and you're just like, "What is this?"
Yeah, exactly. I feel like I've seen too much, but I don't know what I've seen. It's just very weird.
Yeah,
and out there. It's like the Matrix a little bit, and
also like
Roman stuff. Going on.
Yeah. Like that's what I'm confused about. It's like according to Francis Ford Coppola, like it's meant to be a modern futuristic version of Rome, and then it's like. Okay.
I'm very confused. I don't know. I don't know what this film's going to be, and I don't know if I'm gonna like it. As of right now, I'm very concerned.
Yeah.
But all the preview screenings of it, people seem to be like enjoying it. At least people seem to think it's cool. I don't know if it's gonna reach mass audiences because of how weird this thing looks. But then again, I also have no idea.
Yeah.
It could surprise everyone.
One of those wacky films that could either do really bad, which is what I expected to do, or it could be really good.
Yeah, I guess we'll find out when that releases later in the year. Next story, Superman Legacy has announced a new cast member. It's Christopher Reeve's son. Will Reeves is joining the cast.
Okay.
Did you see this?
No, I did not see this.
It's really funny. Yeah, so Christopher Reeve's son isn't an actor, but he's a reporter in real life. He's a mild-mannered reporter himself.
Okay, yep.
And so they're putting him in the movie as a reporter, a journalist. He's just showing up, doing what he does every day, but in the film.
So he's playing as the real Clark Kent.
Technically, yeah. He's just without all the Superman stuff.
Exactly.
He just does that every day.
Yeah, really maybe funny. He is Superman, and we just don't know. Oh my gosh, Clayton, we figured it out. That's that guy that keeps saving everyone. Different.
One of them has glasses. He wears glasses. There's no way he's Superman.
Don't know.
Oh God, but it was really funny because I didn't know that Christopher Reeves even had a son in the first place, and then second of all that he was a reporter.
Yeah, no, I knew he had a son.
Kind of acts like Clark Kent.
Because this isn't the first time he's cameoed in a Superman film. I think it was Man of Steel or something like that. It was one of the ones when Henry Cavill was in. He was like in there as well.
Oh right.
Yeah, and that's how I knew that Christopher Reeve had a son.
Well, there you go. Well, he's coming back, a returning character.
Yeah,
Snyderverse fans will be happy to know that something is carrying over. Okay.
It's the one thing.
Moving away over... Yeah, the one thing. Moving away over to the Marvel side of things is X-Men 97. We got a Season 2 announcement that they're planning a 2025 release.
Okay.
Mid to end of year. So we got, what's that, like a year's wait in between season 1 and season 2. That's pretty damn good.
It is
for a
pretty
Disney
damn
show
good for an animated show as well.
of this scale. Yeah.
Yeah, because normally for a lot of animated shows, they obviously do their first season and then you're like, 2 to 3 years type thing. That seems to be the gist of a lot of animated shows.
Seems to be.
They're just like, oh no, it comes out in 2025. I was like, that's pretty good. Because like, remember like when Invincible took like a 2-year hiatus?
Oh, yeah. That was like 3 or 4 in between seasons, but no, that was okay. But then if you look at something like The Bad Batch, I think was 2 years between seasons. Or like the first and second, I think. I think it was 2 years, and then I think one of them was 1 year gap.
It was something like that,
But there was a bigger gap than that, so that's very cool to see.
It is.
I'm excited. Are you excited for season 2?
Oh, most definitely. Especially after the first season, I think it's still our highest rated like Marvel thing ever at this point in time. Like anything Disney related anyway.
Yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah.
What else have we watched that's Disney or Marvel on this? It's like Loki. Like Echo. It's not,
yeah.
You know?
Well, that's the thing. Loki's was good for like all their live action stuff and is definitely like the best part after Endgame is Loki. Like that's the only good TV show they've done besides Moon Knight. But all the other ones, like,
but we didn't review Moon Knight.
Yeah.
If you think of the ones that we've reviewed, it's like Secret Invasion and
all the bad ones.
Yeah. We shouldn't have started. Maybe that's why.
Yeah. That's why it went downhill.
We've only gotten the bad ones.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay. Well, that's gonna be exciting. We got some more cast photos. I don't think they were quite stills, but they were the cast in costume on the sets for Gladiator 2.
Yes,
almost
we
like
did.
Character poster looking images. They were very cool. Giving us a look
really
at
cool.
Paul Mescal, Pedro Pascal, a whole bunch of other people. What are your thoughts on this, Barry? Because I know you're a huge Gladiator fan.
Oh yeah, no, it was so funny. Like the night before those pictures got released, I watched Gladiator, and then I was like, the next day, like they released that. I was like, oh, okay. It's like that's really cool. It looks good. Like I am looking forward to it. Not like a bit more now because obviously we've seen images and everything like that. But because when I found out that they were having Denzel Washington involved, I was just like, that kind of sold me a bit more. Because first when they announced it all and everything like that, I wasn't like into it at all. I was like, this is like going to ruin the first one and everything like that. But then when they announced like, oh yeah, we also got Denzel Washington, I was like, what? Like how? Because he doesn't like say yes to a lot of things and stuff like that. So, and he's always like good, even in a shitty film. Like he's always good. Like he always makes the film a bit better because he's in it. So...
Yeah, definitely true. It does look cool. Even if the movie is kind of mid, it's just the setting and the world is just cool to see.
Yeah,
I'd love to just see them fight for 2 hours and there's not really a story. Even
well,
that
that's
would be
what
cool.
I hope because that's what obviously. I
hope there's
Ridley
a story,
Scott's good at doing. He's always been good at doing like fighting and like that type of thing. Like you go back and watch the first Gladiator film, like, all the fight scenes and everything. Even back then, 20 years ago or 24 years ago. Was absolutely phenomenal. And apparently for this movie, they had 8 cameras on set, all being used at the same time for a lot of the big action sequences and stuff like that. So I'm like, that's going to be cool. That's going to be interesting. There's going to be a lot of cutting, but still, like, I think it's going to be good, hopefully.
I hope it's going to be good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Ridley Scott, so we've got like a 50-50 chance of it being good or just bad. So, I don't know. It's going to be cool to see. I feel like we're going to get some cool fighting at least.
Yeah.
I feel like worst case scenario, it ends up like Napoleon in terms of like the spectacle and everything looks really cool, but then just like the story is just disappointing. And I feel like that's worst case for this. Unless some sort of like anti-miracle happens and it's somehow the worst thing we've ever seen. But I doubt that. I feel like it's like mid to good is where it's gonna be. I have no idea where. Somewhere in that little scale.
Somewhere in that little tiny scale.
Oh, okay. Speaking of costume photos, we got another look at Captain America Brave New World. showing another photo of Anthony Mackie suited up in a very high quality image showing the new costume that his
Yes.
Captain
Yep.
America will wear in the film. It's very Winter Soldier. It's darker
Yes.
colors. Everything's sort of more like militaristic, toned down than his last costume, which was just very white and cool.
Yep.
Very comic accurate. I liked that one, even though it was in the TV show for like 10 seconds. In a pretty bad television show for 10 seconds. But this costume's cool as well. What are your thoughts on this sort of vibe that they seem to be going with for the new Captain
I
America?
mean, it looks good. The costume anyway. I always like Winter Soldier's probably my favorite out of that trilogy. Even though Civil War was still fucking phenomenal, but Civil War was very much like an Avengers film still. But it's just like I always liked that suit, and then I was like, as soon as I found out they were having like his suit for that, and I was like, yeah, like I will enjoy what he looks like in it. I suppose I'm not sure about the story of it all and how well the film's going to be.
Oh yeah.
It sounds like an absolute mess. That movie, it's like costing them so much money. They have gone through reshoots after reshoots after reshoots, and it's just like something's not right.
Yeah, we have no idea, dude. If it could be again, this movie feels like it could be terrible, or it could be okay. I don't think it's gonna blow anyone away.
It's got Harrison Ford in it, so you know.
That's true. And Giancarlo Esposito as well, playing some unannounced character.
No, they announced it. He's playing G.W. Washington.
Who? Wait. They announced who he's playing? I only saw that he was just in it.
No, they announced it like 2 days ago.
Like,
just a random.
Is that a Marvel character?
That is a Marvel character. Yeah. Oh no, George W. Bridge.
Okay.
No, George Washington Bridge. Yeah.
Right. I don't know who that is. Barry, do you have the Marvel insider information on who that is?
Yeah, he was like
Captain America guy.
Captain, kind of. He's more of a Shield guy than anything else. He came across like he came like to stop the Punisher a couple times. He's been in a few things.
Oh, okay.
He's an interesting guy. So he's a member of the mercenary called the Wild Pack, later known as the Six Pack, which was led by Cable. The Six Pack was decimated in the assault of Strife's hidden bases. So, you know, he
dies.
Yeah. He doesn't look like a memorable character. I mean, honestly, I didn't know who he was until they announced who he was.
Yeah. I don't feel like anyone knows that character unless you like look it up. That's such a deep
That is a very deep.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a good sign, is that they're getting these really cool, huge names, really great actors in Harrison Ford and Giancarlo Esposito to play these characters.
Yeah.
Like Thunderbolt Ross and, what is his name? George Washington
W.
Bridge.
Bush. Yeah, Bridge.
Yeah. It could be very cool.
It could
I
be.
don't know. I get very mixed feelings about this film. Because
I just feel like the film's going to have like 5 different endings to it. That's the vibe I'm getting.
100%.
So
20 after credit scenes.
Exactly.
They're gonna set up everything.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we'll see when that comes out next year. Okay, final story this week is we got a trailer for something that we both kind of laughed at and thought it might have been a late April Fool's joke of some kind, or maybe like a fan film that ended up in the wrong spot. We got a trailer for Hellboy the Crooked Man.
Oh, yeah.
Derry, take it away.
Oh, yeah. So this wonderful fan film that's coming out called Hellboy. I don't know what to make of this at all. I totally forgot they were making this film and that it was coming out. And I don't even know the guy who's playing Hellboy. I'm searching it now.
I cannot remember.
Jack Kesey. I don't know where he's from. But it's just like,
no.
It was only less than 5 years ago, like we had the other bad Hellboy film, and they were just like, we're doing this one now, and it looks even worse, and it legitimately looks like a fan film. Like it's so bad.
I don't know why. I don't know why they haven't just done CGI and voice it by Ron Perlman. Like, give us that, or give us an animated Hellboy film with Ron Perlman voicing it, just to bring him back in some way. Dude's 70 something, so he's not gonna be sitting there in all that makeup. But Let him voice the character.
Yes.
Why is this Hellboy so small? The dude's like 5'5".
Yeah.
I'm so confused. This film just doesn't work. I don't know. It feels like it's not trying to do what the last one did with David Harbour and just go full edgy gore fest. But it doesn't look like it's improving the story in any way. So it's like, let's just do the David Harbour one, but without the thing that the David Harbour one was trying to do differently.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, because this one's not set in modern times as well. So, like, it is set in the 1950s, because obviously, like, Hellboy, he's been around since World War II. And everything like that. But that's the thing. Apparently, like, it is very much close to the comic upon what it's based upon and everything, compared to a lot of the other live action ones, even the Guillermo del Toro ones. So there are a few things in regards to that. I realized, like, a few fans from the comics were just like, yeah, but a lot of them were like, he looks like shit. Like, this looks like a fan film. Like, a lot of them were not happy with that.
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't know. Maybe it'll be good. Yeah, probably not.
Probably not.
Okay. Well, that's it for the news this week, Barry. Why don't you give everyone the rundown about what's happening in today's episode?
So in today's episode, I've got a little clip for you boys and girls to all hear.
There's no seatbelt in the middle. What the hell with the seatbelt? We're on the edge!
We're gonna need some backup.
Whoa! What are you doing?
I'm getting us some backup.
God, I missed you, Axel.
So, yes, Eddie Murphy is back in Beverly Hills Axel Foley, or Axel F. He's back. Eddie Murphy's back. I am very surprised after all these years, after 30 years. He's come back. This time, Axel returns to Beverly Hills after his daughter gets into a life is threatened, and works with old pals John Taggart and Billy Rosewood to uncover a conspiracy, along with Joseph Gordon-Levitt, who plays as Bobby.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Very much, yeah. Eddie Murphy's back again this time. Netflix did Coming to America too.
That's right.
Another one of his classic characters back, but that film was kind of bad.
So that was Amazon. That was Amazon.
Was it? I thought it was Netflix as well.
No, that was Amazon.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay, sorry. Let me start again.
Never watched
it. Yeah, it was bad.
Okay.
So this isn't the first, like, Eddie Murphy franchise to just get brought back from the dead for some wacky reason with a straight-to-streaming movie. But yeah, this one, despite it being the fourth in a series that's only has, one good film, and then a mediocre film, and then a terrible film, it's surprisingly good.
It is.
I feel like that's the best way to describe this film. It's better than you think it will be.
Yeah. It's not like a Netflix film.
I can say about it.
That's my best compliment to it.
It is.
It's a Netflix film, but it's not a Netflix film. If you understand my meaning there.
I still feel like it kind of is though. Let's get, because the main issue that I had with this movie is just how goddamn lackluster the story was.
Yeah.
It was just generic. Like, this feels like something an AI put together after reading the scripts for the first 3 Beverly Hills Cops.
Yeah.
And that's not a compliment, Netflix.
No.
The script kind of sucks. And the CGI too. Did you look at anything in this film that was
the CGI was quite bad.
You look at those elements and you go, yeah, this is a Netflix movie. This is a watch at 2 p.m. in your living room sort of film. But it's funny. Eddie Murphy's still just really funny. If he wasn't in this film, it would have sucked so hard. He's just genuinely fun to watch. That even if this movie, as a movie, is kind of bad, but just Eddie Murphy and some of the people that he's interacting with is just so much fun. Like, you're laughing. You kind of don't care that the movie kind of sucks because it's still fun. If that makes any sense, Barry.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I think that's where this movie really shines its most. And this is I haven't watched Coming to America 2 or anything like that. So to me, this is very much like Eddie Murphy. We know he's wanting to make more films again and stuff like that after many years of not being in the limelight and everything like that. And I feel like this is like kind of a return to him being him in movies again, if you know what I mean. Like, I just felt like they were just like, Eddie, we're happy for you to return. Do your own thing. Whatever you want to do, whatever jokes you want to tell, just do it. Like, here on the day, we'll do as many reshoots as possible and you be you type thing. Which is good because some of the jokes in this film, I was surprised Netflix were like, yeah, keep that in. Like, it's not as censored as like a lot of their other content and what they put out and everything like that, because that's the thing. Netflix and Disney are very much like trying to control upon like what type of jokes they put and how they write things, and obviously dealing with people of color and all that type of stuff. They're very sensitive. And just some of the jokes that Eddie Murphy kept saying in this film, I'm just like, this has got to be one of the better Netflix films Netflix has ever done. Just because solely they just let Eddie Murphy be Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, which is just, I think that's just the whole movie. This is just Eddie Murphy telling jokes for 2 hours and shooting some guys occasionally, and it's great. I love that.
And that's basically the premise of the first Beverly Hills, so you know it works.
Yeah, but the first one's so good. But like you said,
it's a classic film.
MA. Where I like the first three. I think we're M. I think this one goes kind of harder with sort of the
in America. It's
like,
rated R.
Aspects. Oh, well, that's our MA.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So. Yeah,
so that explains the jokes then.
But yeah, there's lots of swearing, lots of just fun. It's just Eddie Murphy having fun. It's great. Yep. And he does not look as old as he is, especially in this film.
He looks looking really good. Like, I was surprised.
It's great. Yeah, and he even makes a joke about that because he bullies the other cop that was in like the first three, being like, "Dude, you look like 20 years older than me." Like, I look great, sort of thing, and that was hilarious.
I was like, Eddie Murphy's 63. He's 63, and he looks like 63. That. No, this man looks like he's in his 40s. He can run laps around people and everything like that. Like, he's doing good.
He is running around. He's running around in this film. He's shooting people. I'm assuming most of what he's doing is him. There's a lot of driving chases, that not like running chases, but, you know, he's doing stuff. He's, you know, diving around. He's shooting guys hiding behind walls and stuff. I feel like that's mostly him.
Yeah, he's diving.
Eddie Murphy's. Yeah, it's so much fun. The other testament to this film that I have to bring up is just great is the soundtrack.
Yes.
They just use
even though it's the same
soundtrack
thing
straight
over and
from
over
the
again.
original.
Yeah.
Which is why it's great, and it never gets tiring. You never get sick of hearing. There's like 7 notes played repetitively over and over. It's great.
Oh, this is a really sad moment. It
plays it slowly. Every song, it's the same.
It's great.
Just slow it down.
Yeah.
I love it. Oh, that was my favorite part. It's just that this song just keeps getting played.
Yeah, because there was like
what the emotion is
behind the scenes thing, or something Joseph Gordon-Levitt did, and that's another thing as well. Like, you got one of my favorite actors of all time, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, in this film.
Kevin Bacon.
Exactly. He saved the universe through dance.
He was in Footloose. It's still the greatest film ever made.
Still the greatest film ever made. But yeah, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Even I was surprised that they got him in it. I was just like, oh, out of all people and stuff like that, like, because he doesn't really do movies much these days because he's got his own company thing and everything like that. And he's just like, oh, I'll come and do this. And I was like, I was so happy to like see him in it. But I was just like, this is great. Like, it fits his character and stuff like that. And he doesn't really take much of the limelight as well, which I was kind of worried about because I was like, oh, they're introducing younger people, new audience. They're probably going to like try and set up another franchise and like try and steer it off to someone else type thing. But no, this thing was like solely on Eddie Murphy the entire time. And it was like perfect. Obviously, in regards to the story and everything like that, that definitely was not there. So basically, like for people that haven't seen it, spoilers. Ooh, we should get like a spoiler button. That's what we should add to the soundboard.
What happened to our spoiler button?
Did we have a spoiler button? I can't remember. A long time ago,
we had a spoiler button for like 40 episodes, and then we just forgot about it.
Yeah,
it was like
I'll get one.
Beep thing. We had one.
I'll have to find it again. They updated the software. It's not there anymore.
Beverly Hills Cop.
Beverly Hills Cop. He's back in Chicago and everything like that. And then obviously, his daughter, his estranged daughter, that was never a big thing in the original trilogy because it obviously happened after number 3. Then,
it was around about like straight after 3 ended, I think.
Because she's 32.
Hang on. Right. So when was the third movie?
1994.
You say that. How long ago was that? So what?
30
2 years
ago.
Before?
So 2 years before the third one.
Okay.
What? I'm confused.
Do we see his relationship in that film?
I can't
see his
remember.
personal life?
I can't remember
film.
the third film. I just remember like the Fox mascot. That's it. Because it was in like a roller coaster place.
The third one.
No one remembers the third one.
Yeah, good. That's another thing. There's a joke in this film where they reference that.
Yeah,
Joseph Gordon-Levitt's like, oh, and that really shitty one in '94.
Yeah,
they do sort of like what the Lego Batman film does with the Batman films. It's just they go through and announce them as things that happen. That was pretty funny.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, because he was great. Joseph Gordon-Levitt, love him. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah, he was a great
definitely wanted an excuse to hang out with Eddie Murphy.
Oh yeah, definitely. He was just like, oh, this movie's got Eddie Murphy in it. He's like, yeah, you know what I'm doing.
Pretty much. Yeah, so what happens? He's in Detroit, I think.
He's in Detroit. He's doing
Hills.
stuff and everything like that. And then he finds out that his daughter is going, she's a lawyer. Wow. And then she gets obviously harassed by some people and they're like threatening to kill her and everything like that. Then he finds out about it and he's just like, well, I better go over there, go and say hi to her after not talking with her for many years and all that type of family drama, which honestly, that part of the story was not there at all. Like I did not care about that one single bit, their family drama and stuff like that. What I was more concerned about as to why, like, was she
weird?
Like, was that a thing in the original ones? It's been a while since I watched the original ones. So I was like, yeah,
I don't think so. I don't even remember if he had like a girlfriend or a romantic interest in the first couple. Like I don't barely even remember that. But I also get it confused with 48 Hours because they're very similar films. Those two movies just blend together, so I could be wrong.
I mean, they did come out around the same time.
They got like the same guys in it, so I don't even know. But I feel like the family aspect, it was the weakest part of the film. Did not need to be there. Like story-wise, it works exactly the same if him and the daughter are chill. Because they kind of are. They just hate each other for like 10 seconds and then start talking. It feels very weird way to set up this plot. I don't know. It's very shoehorned in and for no reason. If it went somewhere, sure, but it didn't. Just kind of, that's it. Okay.
Yeah. And that's the thing. I suppose like that also then lends for the comedic side to this movie. Let it shine a bit more. And everything like that, because it wasn't like too bolted down by the story or anything like that. It wasn't like complexing or anything like that. So it was just like, all right, let's just focus on our comedy aspect of the movie then, and let Eddie Murphy shine in that. Because that's the thing, like you got to think back when the first one came out, early 80s and everything like that. Like this was when Eddie Murphy was at his peak in his career. Like this is when he did all his comedy specials. He was just in everything at that point in time. That's the thing. Like he was in 48 Hours, which I think came out at the same time and everything like that. And how many movies
It's the same movie.
It's the same movie. And everything like that. Like everyone knew who Eddie Murphy was and everything like that. And obviously going into this film, it's been a while since he's been quite big in movies, in like media and everything like that. And it was good to see him like in this cracking jokes like he did in the original film. Like I said, a lot of the jokes in this, I was very surprised that Netflix were like, leave it in. But obviously that's to do with the R rating and everything like that, which does help. As an R rating does make the movie a bit more freeing and everything like that. And yeah, it was just great to see him in this. Like, I enjoyed this because of Eddie Murphy and everything like that. And obviously the side characters and everything like Joseph Gordon-Levitt being there, he was just meant to be like kind of a supporting part to it. And if they ever do another one, depending on how well and how many views and everything like that for Netflix, like obviously they could have Joseph Gordon-Levitt again for it. And I think he would say yes, just hanging out with Eddie Murphy. I think he would be an idiot not to say no to that. Like, you want to hang out with Eddie Murphy. I feel like that would be
so much fun.
Yeah, it would be. Like, he'll be cracking jokes every 10 seconds. And then obviously still getting the original cast to come back. So Judge Reinhold as Billy Rosewood again. And then Josh Angston as Chief Taggart in this one. And then obviously as well, they got Kevin Bacon to be the villain because he's just like doing villain roles now in his older age. He's like, I like doing villain roles. I'm going to be a villain for every single film now. I'm like, cool, buddy. And like his character, it was just typical corrupt cop. Like, we've seen it in every film, and they do make a joke upon that as well. Like, Eddie Murphy does make a joke. He's like, yeah, that man's definitely corrupted. I've seen that in like years and every single goddamn movies about it. And you know, obviously this goes back to like where the movie shines. I'm not sure how many of the jokes was scripted. I hope they were just like letting Eddie Murphy be Eddie Murphy on set and just be like, we're going to have like 5 hours for this scene. Just keep making as many jokes as possible. Type thing. Like, whatever you say. I feel
like they would have. I don't think Eddie Murphy is the type of guy to not improvise. I think him doing stuff, he's going to be cracking jokes. And you know that he's doing that behind the scenes too.
Yeah.
So I'm sure they let him roll with it. Yeah. Because they would have come up with some funny moments. Even if they're not in the film, I guarantee there's funny jokes that aren't in the film that he made on set or during a take or something. It's like, that'll be very cool. Because it's Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
And he's great.
He is great. And that's it. I'm pretty sure there is one scene, you know, when they go to the bar or whatever to meet like the gangster people and stuff like that. And what's his name is like singing and dancing and everything like that. I'm pretty sure that part or some part was like not part of the script because I'm pretty sure I saw Joseph Gordon-Levitt like trying not to laugh in the background in that scene. Like he just like he moved his head like in front of his face type thing. So like, yeah, I wonder how many of it was just like improv on the day type thing. Which obviously behind the scenes of all that will probably come out and it'll probably just be like, this was like the funnest film we ever made. And, you know, Eddie Murphy just nonstop joking. And hopefully we get more of that because he is obviously coming back to do more films. Apparently they're doing a donkey film. And everything like that. So, you know, because it's all leading up to the next Shrek film where they're getting all the original cast to come back apparently. So that's going to be interesting.
You know what? They should make the donkey film like R-rated and just let Eddie Murphy go off with the jokes.
Oh, that would be that would be insane. That would be the
Shrek
best
one can
movie
stay
ever.
PG.
Yeah, the Shrek one can stay PG.
Is R-rated.
It's like the super like dark backstory about Donkey. Oh, it's like Joker.
No, it's not even dark. It's just him swearing, making jokes. Like that comedy is the only element that's R-rated. We don't need violence or anything. It's just Eddie Murphy making inappropriate jokes for 2 hours as a donkey.
That would be the best movie ever. Let's make it happen.
Please, DreamWorks.
Yeah,
please make that. Please make that.
Please make that. And then like it was a good film overall in my opinion. Like I enjoyed watching it more than I thought I would, you know, like it was a good time watching this. There was a lot of nostalgia to it because that's the thing. I remember watching the original trilogy with my parents on like I think VHS back in the day. That's how old I am. And then like I actually watched it with them as well because I was like, oh, this came out, and they're like, oh yeah, we'll watch it type thing. And it was like such a nostalgia thing, like seeing Eddie Murphy cracking jokes again. I was like, this is basically my childhood all over again, and I'm like, I am so happy.
Yeah. No, definitely, I agree. This feels like very much like a family movie night. Like if you've seen these films or if your parents have seen it, they're going to enjoy it. It's better than the third one. I can't remember the second one, so I can't testify that, but like there's worse films to watch. There's worse
Yep.
Eddie Murphy movies to watch. Like Coming to America 2. So, like this is a fun time.
Yeah,
Turn your brain off for 2 hours and laugh at the funny man tell funny jokes.
exactly. I liked it too.
So this is getting to be like a very short episode, but do you want to hop over to final thoughts and ratings, Barry?
Yeah, I suppose we can. I am going to give this film 6 out of 10. I did, thoroughly enjoy it. I feel like it was a good form of return for Eddie Murphy. It was just a good laugh either way. Obviously, it won't hold up to the original one. I don't think like anything could. The first one's still just like because it was brand new at the time, and even as well, I think I saw Beverly Hills Cop before I saw any like other movie similar, like in the same vibes and everything like that. Because that's the thing. Obviously, my childhood was like Shrek, like when I was like a kid. And then obviously I knew who Eddie Murphy was because of that. And then my parents were like, oh yeah, like he did stuff back in the 80s. Do you want to watch like Beverly Hills Cop? And that's was like my first introduction to like his live action stuff and all that type of thing.
Oh, nice.
And then after that, like that's when I got into like Lethal Weapon and all those types of films.
Very cool. I think I watched 48 Hours first. I think that was my first like proper Eddie Murphy forte. It was 48, and then Beverly Hills I think was after.
Yep.
So again, those movies blend together, but
they're basically the same.
Cool. I love it. They are the same movie, and we got to stop pretending that they're not. they're the same.
Just one has Nick Nolte.
I'm giving it yeah, and I couldn't tell you which, honestly. Okay. I'm giving it a 6 out of 10 as well. It's fun. It's a great movie. It's carried by Eddie Murphy, which I guess makes sense. He's the main character, whatever. There's worse
that's right.
ways
It's
to do
called
that.
Axel F as well. Like they weren't like Beverly Hills Cop 4.
Yeah.
They're like, no, this time it's Axel F. Like the theme song.
Sure, why not? 6 out of 10. It's good fun. Watch it if you like the other ones. I don't know what else to say about it. It's not like it's the greatest thing ever. It's not going to win any awards, but it was a fun 2-hour Netflix movie. I'm glad I enjoyed it. I'm probably never going to watch it again.
It won one award, if I'm being honest.
Where did it win this award? And
the
how and
California On Location Awards.
With the Catalina wine mixer, the what?
California On Location Awards.
Oh, is that just because it was shot in Beverly Hills? Got an award
Probably.
for that? What does that even mean?
I don't know.
Hey, you guys shot a movie here. Here's an award. That's such a weird award. It's like, hey,
It's
you guys shot a movie
California.
on location. Good job.
They're probably just like, oh, you had this in your film. Good for you.
That's such a weird award because that's just you spent more money so you could book out a Beverly Hills street. Here's an award.
I was saying, it had a budget of
stupid.
150 million. So.
Oh, wow. Yeah, a lot of that went to probably locations. Not
a
lot
of
to the CGI.
a lot of that probably went to Eddie Murphy for him to come back and do this film. Let's be honest.
No, but apparently he's been trying to make a fourth one for a while. Like since the 90s, he's been in talk. Like it's almost happened a couple times, and he even was like in talks for doing like a TV show something at one point about it, and nothing got off the ground. So I think he's like always wanted to return, just like
and now he has.
And now he has, and I think he enjoyed it. I feel like Eddie Murphy would watch this film and go, you know what, this is cool.
Yeah.
Which is great. Good for him. I like this film.
Good for him.
150 million's insane. I do not think that Netflix are going to recoup that cost from this movie.
Probably
alone.
not.
But
you could be Disney though. You could be Disney and lose a lot more.
Well, Netflix isn't that far off. It's not like it's really hurting their pockets.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2 6s. That's cool. That's cool.
That is cool.
Go watch it if you want.
Yeah. Let's go watch it for Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, go watch it for Eddie Murphy. Is there anything else you want to talk about? Or can I go home? Can I go now?
I mean, if you want, you can.
Okay.
You know, I'll just stay here. I'll just talk to myself. By the podcast, I'll talk about the world, politics. Hey, America. How's that going?
No.
I don't support politics. No. We all know that.
I'm running behind the picture of Hugh Campbell. I'm running away.
Yep. I mean, speaking about Hugh Campbell, obviously, like we are gonna do a boys dedicated episode soon once the season finishes and everything like that. So make sure to like and subscribe. Stay notified for that on all the places and everything like that.
We got fun stuff coming. Don't worry.
Boys so far, I'm enjoying it. If I'm being honest, like seems to be a lot of thing on social media and everything. A lot of people are not liking this season of The Boys.
I don't get that.
I don't understand why.
Talk about that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
This is better than season 3.
Yeah.
We can get into it because that was annoying me. I'm like, dude, this season's way better than season 3. This is some of the best stuff that I've seen, and everyone's like, it sucks. Nothing's working. I'm like, what do you mean? This is all working for me. I don't get it.
Yep.
Are you in the same boat, Barry?
I'm in the same boat as you. Like I am very confused at the moment as to why a lot of people are complaining and everything like that for it. I think mainly probably it's because like there has like a few actors have like done things and stuff like that, and people don't look the same, and there's like other stuff going on and behind the scenes. I think a lot of people just kind of like sick of it almost, like they don't like the whole meta joke upon what The Boys is about. But that's the whole point of the Boys.
Do you think maybe
in the
it's
first
just
place
wearing off?
I think so.
Do you think people are kind of used to it by now, sort of thing? Like if this was a season 1 or a season 2, like people would be more like, whoa, this is new, this is different. Whereas this feels very much like a 4th season of a show that's good almost all the way through. Like 9 times out of 10, the show's great.
Yeah.
You think it's just wearing off on people?
I think so. And there is like a little bit of this is obviously the build up to the final season, because they have announced season 5 is going to be the final season of the show. And
which is
I think
good.
a lot of people want like the key important information and stuff like that. And plus, I think a lot of the people that are really pissed off at the show are just like Snyder fanboys. So, you know, they have their own problems to complain about.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm enjoying it either way. Obviously, we won't get into spoilers or anything like that because there are some major key events that have happened in this season that I'm just like, this is great. We'll talk about that in a couple weeks. This is phenomenal. We'll talk about it. But just like the level of writing and what they've done with a few of the characters, I feel so sorry for Huey in this season. So much stuff happens to him. I'm sorry, Clayton. So much stuff happened to you.
I want to be anyone else. Please.
Yeah. The one thing I do miss though this season, which I did enjoy season 3 a little bit more at this point in time. It's kind of 50-50 at the moment. It depends on how this season ends. Because I like a lot of the story elements, what they do with Butcher and Homelander this season. I really like that. But is Jensen Ackles Soldier Boy? He was like the best part of last season.
True.
And everything. Like he was so good. I just like the other day I watched like a clips of like his scenes from season 3. It's like that man was amazing in that role. It's like it's so good.
You know he's coming back though.
I hope so. He better be back.
He'll be back.
He better be back.
He'll be back.
Because they're trying to get, because it's kind of funny how they're getting like everyone from Supernatural coming into the Boys now. So like Jared Padalecki, who was the other guy in Supernatural, apparently he's like said yes, he wants to be on the show. Obviously you got the daddy, the father from Supernatural. I always forget the actor's name. Who is that guy. The agent guy. Yeah. Like he's obviously in this season as well. It's like I like what they're doing with him. Jeffrey Dean Morgan, that's right.
I'm loving it. Yeah, that's right. Negan. I'm loving everything about this season so far. There's like very few slip ups throughout. I'm very much enjoying it. I just hope it sticks the landing because season 3 did not. Season 3's ending was so bad.
Yeah.
The rest of it was so good.
Yep.
I don't know.
So hopefully, they have a bit more better of an ending. Obviously, we know how, as an audience member, we know the direction where they're going for the final season and potentially what is going. I mean, we should. It's basically going to be a big showdown. The entire show is just going to be it's all been leading up towards the fight between Butcher and Homelander, and then there's going to be other stuff going on now, which they've already started to tease at. And I was so excited especially the last episode about what they're teasing and what they're gonna do. I'm just like, I was very surprised if they actually do some of the comic book stuff for the final season. I'm just like, that will be very interesting to see how that turns out. So
who knows, dude?
Who knows?
I'm loving it either way.
Who knows? Yeah.
Either way,
I'm still enjoying it.
Yeah, so stay tuned for that. We'll get into the boys in some point. We've got some other surprises happening too. Stay tuned for that. We can see if we can pull some strings, get some things together.
And with people that, pulling strings.
Yeah, lots of strings, Barry. All of the strings are being pulled.
And they're all connected. Oh my gosh!
Yeah, we
this
got to
entire
untangle them
time,
first.
Ryan Gosling has been Clayton, and Clayton has been Huey Campbell in The Boys. Like, wow.
I'm very confused.
I am so confused.
Huh? You're losing me, Barry. Roll the outro.
Okay, where's the outro?
Stop making that.
So, thanks for joining, everyone. Don't forget to do all the likes, subscribes, follow us everywhere, all the social medias, all the places, all the things. We'll be back here next week with another episode of We Talk Film. Thanks for coming out. Thanks for listening to our rant about some movies and films and stuff. We'll catch you next time.
Bye everyone. Was that outro like louder than usual? It feels like that was so much louder. Maybe it's just me.
I mean, it could have been. There's a new thing. It's broken.